All right, guys, welcome to the webinar. Hey, guys, we're live, and this is our weekly webinar for 100x Crypto Academy. My name's Angie Gavin, or you guys might know me as Crypto Expat. And we've also got Garth. He's the other team member, and he handles all the technical stuff because I'm not smart enough for that. So that's his job. So we're working for a team for quite a long time now. Actually, one of our guys asked, how do we know each other? And we actually met, we used to work together like 4 years ago, longer than 4 years ago, in the same job. And that's kind of like how we met. And it's quite a funny story and how this all kind of came about, because back then we were talking about how do we leave our day job, how do we get out, and then I finally left because I was telling Garth about all this stuff that I was going to do, and I was never doing it. And finally, he's like, "You got to do it, man." So then I pushed myself, moved to Thailand, and here I am. So that's our story. So how's everyone going? Hope everyone's well. We've got a couple of comments there, so you guys can ask questions as well, and we'll get to them. We'll try to keep all the stuff that I'm going to talk about and Garth's going to talk about. Keep it short and sweet. Then we can get to you guys if you've got questions. So, how you going this week, Garth? How's your week been?
I've been good. I'm excited. Even though there's been a bit of a drop back on Bitcoin, that always excites me, because every time I saw you post in the Telegram about the what was it? I think I said something about buy the dip. It was when Bitcoin dropped off big time, 10% in one day, and just before that, I just finished up on a trade. And I had a big bunch of USD sitting there, and I'm like, oh, sweet. It just dropped 10%. It just got cheaper, and I just bam, straight into Bitcoin. So that was really exciting. And then there's got all these new IDOs this week that's coming out, and I'm pumped. And I don't really talk about this too much, but a coin that we talked about last week, I got in on board. Funny enough, I was just doing a demo for someone, and I've just hit 3x on it, and it hasn't even went anywhere yet. No, it just hit 3x. I'm still holding it. And we talked about, I think, last week and the week before that. And I thought, I was just demoing it for someone. I said, I did a video, and I thought, I'll just buy some of this. And then you know what? I bought some more. It's just exciting. So at the moment, someone was talking about like alts, how your Bitcoin has a big run, and then we get the alt mark. I really think we're in where the alts are going right now. And you got to see that when you see Dogecoin and all the meme coins, the way they are, we're in a full-blown bull market. So it's pretty exciting. So I've been really enjoying my week.
Awesome. Yeah, so we'll get to, if you guys have questions, just feel free to comment, and we'll get to them after we just sort of recap what we're going to do. So yeah, feel free to leave that. We've got CC Lop, how you going? Fred, we've got Nas. So yeah, welcome everyone, and just leave your comments, and we'll get to them soon, okay? All right, I just wanted to cover a couple of things. Because we've got new members coming on board all the time, and they might get lost. So this weekly webinar is just to steady the ship a bit, just tell them what's going on. So we got this. Hang on, I'll share my screen and we can get into it. Share my screen. All right, so normally, see, I've got this list here that of the IDA Launchpad stuff. Look, the reason why, I even said to you guys, I've been telling you guys forever, I'm not a fan of these Launchpads, okay? I'm not a fan of them, but they're easy money, right? The only one I was doing was CoinList, and that was doing well. Snagged a couple of beauties on that, and then started doing Walt. Okay, so that was good. That went really well. 2 or 3x on just the coins, and we got some small allocations there. So for new people, we have this app. Okay, so we've got this app that you guys will see. The links will be on the start page, okay? So this is the announcements page, and this is the most important stuff that we post, all right? And you can just come and see this daily and just focus on this stuff, okay? Then we've got the top 40 list, which I'll update this. These are the coins that you want to buy and hold. Again, this is just a guide. If you have no idea on what to do, then this is just a guide, okay? You can do this if you want to. So that's that. And, I recommend that you at least buy 10 or 20 of these altcoins and just sit on them, because that's also part of the strategy, okay? Then I'll post the low cap gems here. And then the launch pads. Okay, so this is the launch pads. These are all the launch pads. We add more and more. It just seems to be getting longer and longer, the list. And then this just gives you an overview. So you can come to this page and just go, okay, launch pad, Poker Starter. That's the coin ID. The minimum investment is 10,650. The tiers, kind of like what you're up for on. So you can quickly look at all these projects and go, okay, which one do I want to look at? And then you can ask questions if you want. Now, Garth also made a few videos on the launch pads. So go to the courses section of the forum to find the launch pads. You can find them. Hang on, let me make a. You can find them at forum.100xcrypto.com. Log into your Patreon first, then click the login with Patreon button, click the one button, that's all you need to press. Then you'll come to here, click on categories at the top, or you can go up the top here with this little magnifying glass and just type in the topic, okay? And it'll find it for you. Go into the course, and then you can see the course here, okay? Module 6, launch pads. And Garth has made this video here on exactly what this is about and what to do to get you up to speed. And obviously come and ask questions in the Telegram group. And also, lastly, we've got this new one here. It's called the IDO schedule. And we're going to refine this and tweak it a bit. But basically, this tells you kind of what's coming up, okay? So instead of just looking at this sheet here, you can just go to here and go, okay, what are the IDO schedules coming up? Invest in, okay, that's going to be on Walt. So you can click on this. It's on the 19th. It's coming up in a couple of days. And you click on this, okay? Some of these have already closed, but this gives you an idea of, okay, what's coming up, what I need to do, what I need to prepare myself. Okay, this one here is also closed. This is on Radium. We talked about this in the Telegram group extensively. Elon Dodge, okay, that's on meme pad. You can still get in on this one. NetVK, that's a VR type of NFT type of thing. That's launching on TrustPad, and Centrifuge, that's coming out on CoinList. I recommend you get on CoinList ASAP. You don't require any coins to get on the CoinList. You just need to get KYC, and it's a lottery. Okay, so it's just hit and miss, this one, but you can make some really good money.
If you get it, wasn't it? I was reading that today. Was it $1,000 and 1,000 participants? So, like, basically, there's because when they want to raise $1 million.
Yeah,
I think it was, and so like basically, think about that. Like you're getting into those coins. I think it was 20 cents or something from memory, and like you really, if you are one of those 1,000 that get in, it's pretty much just going to change your life, really. Like winning the lotto. Like, I don't know how else to say it, because I mean, look at all the results that the previous ones have done for coin. For that one, so yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. If you can get in,
the KYC was good.
Yeah, if you can get in, obviously, I don't think they allow USA and Canada, but if you can get in, you pretty much, you'll make a lot of money. Like with, we got into Casper and I missed Minia. There's Clover, and now Centrifuge is coming up. So get onto it. I think Centrifuge might be still open. So
It was last time I checked a few hours ago.
is it still open? Was it?
Yeah.
So get onto it like straight away. With Centrifuge, with the coin list, they don't do many of them. Okay, like lately they've had quite a few, but they didn't have any ICOs for like 12 months. Okay, so just don't miss them opportunities. They're opportunities that you can get in, you get in. If you don't, well, then you know. But like, you know, they mightn't have another one for another 6 months. It's just the way they just look for the best projects. Okay, I haven't had a drama with them. If you go to, there's a lot of these negative comments about CoinList, and I've read them. It's on Trustpilot, and I've read them. All negative comments. Okay, it's they suck. I didn't get in. Customer support is I didn't get in. There's a couple of coins. There's a couple of people that lost coins. Sent USDC to like Ethereum address or something. But most of them are disgruntled people that are pissed off that they didn't get in. I haven't had a drama with CoinList. I've used them for a long time and never had a drama. And they're, as far as I'm concerned, they're top notch. Okay. So anyway, do your own research on that one. Just want
to add with one of you had there a meme pad, which you could still get into. And meme pad, what's interesting about that is it's all about I can't see any fairer one right now. You don't need $10,000 just of that token in that platform. You just need to stake the meme pad that you have, which we've done videos on. And the staking right now, last time I checked, was paying 450% APY. It was 500% yesterday. So that's like just over 1% per day. And there's money pouring into that staking. And the more that you're holding for that staking is the more allocation. Like there's no other deal. This is how you get into that other IDO that's happening. So it's really interesting. You can't get much fairer than that. I don't know. What do you think, Angie?
Yeah. Well, with that one, you can stake it, but I think they do have the allocations of what do you call it? Chad, Elon, and what's the one? Pleb. So you do need to have some. You do need to have some coins to get into the IDO, but yeah, the staking is awesome because I'm just staking it now, and I'm getting like. Because I've got 10,000 now, making about $27 a day from, and I've only got the pleb. So, you know,
actually, I'll give you an update right now because I'm just reading the Telegram channel. This Elon Doge, which is on Thursday, May the 20th. Actually, I'll just share my screen. Hold on. I'll quickly share it because I'll just clarify something because that's what I thought, what you said before. But this says something different, and like this is what's exciting. Let me just can you see that?
Yeah. Read what they say there.
Yeah, so it says launching is, let me have a look here. So the new staking pool will serve the purpose of taking attendance for all current and future IDO launches. Basically, you stake your coins in one single pool, earn the APY, and also get automatically included in every launch. No minimum, no maximum, no spreading across wallets, no unstaking period, no minimum stake time, and yes, you get your APY. Your tiers will be calculated automatically. Okay, so that is true. So obviously, if you, I think they still have those other tiers you talked about, because it says it'll be calculated automatically and you don't have to do anything. You just stake it and forget it. So, okay, I think it has both, but just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make it as painless as possible, and it just makes like they don't have locked. Did it say anything about locked? They don't have locked, do they? So that's also a bonus because
you're not locked in. I mean, I don't think it's going to dump though, because you need to have those coins to participate in the launches. So why would you dump them when we're at the first one? I think it'll be. I think it will do well. I can't see it not doing well.
Yeah. I think that it will do well if this thing 100x's. Like if it does anything more than 100x, or even 300x or 500x or whatever. I mean, there was one the other day called Cake Coin, and that thing freaking 1200x. So it's possible. And that's a shit project, man. Like I looked at it, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But hey, when people FOMO into this stuff, it happens. These meme coins and shit coins, they just crazy right now. They're taking off. So it is possible if Elon Doge, which is the one on the meme pad, if that's successful and it does like 100x, 200x, or 300x or whatever, I'll tell you now, the price of freaking meme pad is going to go to $1 like that, because everyone's going to want to get into the next one, right? So it's something to think about anyway. But I hope it is successful because there's a lot. It's hot right now. I can't see any bad thing about it because of all the publicity that's Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. There's like two or three others, right? They really kind of set the stage, and everything's pumping. Every meme pad is pumping. So we don't just do meme pads, okay? But right now, meme pads, launch pads. But most of the stuff is right now is just launch pads. We do bits and pieces, DeFi stuff as well, yield farming. It's just that right now the conversation is launch pads and meme pads and shit coins that can go to the moon. Like
and just a price update on MemePad, it's 29 cents right now.
Yeah. See, so
it just 3x'd today.
Yeah, it's doing well. I think as soon as we get closer and closer to the IDO, it's going to just freaking, dude, it could go, I reckon it could go to like 50 cents. This sort of stuff it can just explode overnight. But we don't just do launch pads, okay? Here, we got Chris, I asked if I could use this as testimony, and he said, yeah. He says, why don't you give big thanks to this group, and especially Angie Gavin. The 100x Crypto Academy started sooner or later, but about the beginning of the crypto bull run, as I was a member from the start, so basically from NG Knowledge and Info, and I started to make real gains in crypto. So this message to give you huge thanks to our boss, MG, I don't know why he calls me boss, and motivation for people who still struggling, and for new people. I started with 5K, and today I am over 300,000. Of course, there were ups and downs, very bad, hard moments, needed a hell of a lot of patience, but I did it. Goal was to reach 1 million EOY. I don't know what that is. End of the year. Got it. Okay. But now the hardest part comes. I need to secure the profits, not to lose everything, the bull market in the end, and we don't know when. So stay safe, stay positive, plenty of opportunities ahead. That is Kisakuka. That's awesome. I don't think that's his real name, but anyway, that's awesome to hear. What are your thoughts on that? Because obviously the bull run's going to come. So he's made a lot of money now. What shall he do? What are your thoughts on that now, Garth?
All right, I'll just talk personal thoughts. These are my personal opinions, just from experience over the last few years. To me, I would secure it in the top coins. Number one, Bitcoin, and I'd secure it in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, and maybe another two. Maybe I'd spread it over 5 coins or something like that. I'd really, and also I would have probably some of it put in, USD coin, for example, or Tether, or basically a stable coin as well. I'd probably do that because we don't know how long the bull market's going to go for, right? So, like, we can look at statistics and stuff like that, but he's absolutely right. We went through 2017 and we experienced that. And when it was in the bear market, Like no one was sort of interested or whatever, but it was actually a good time to accumulate. But also there was a lot of losses. The technology was still happening, development still going on, but just people weren't rushing in, right? And that gave us, it actually was good for us because it got us more time to accumulate Bitcoin. So I think once you get to these levels, you need to really spread your risk. And it's like what you got those top 40 coins. So I would start with at least spreading the risk over, because this is what you do in, let's say, a larger portfolio. You want to minimize your risk on stuff, because once you've got, let's say he does get to $1 million in the year, which is quite possible. What he can do then is just look for opportunities to risk a small part of his portfolio to certain areas. So, because you don't want to be like at $1 million and risking 20 or 30% of your portfolio on one trade. Just don't do that. So there'll be opportunities where if let's say he gets to $1 million, he could then earn 8%, easily earn 8% on his money, which is what, $80,000 a year US. And those are the sort of things you're looking at. You want to get to that stage, but I definitely would be using less risk and taking a smaller portion, and at least having a bit of a spread on those top coins. That's what I would do in his position.
Yeah. Once you start getting bigger and bigger bags, guys, you become less of a cowboy. It's only because when you see these guys and they want to get onto these shit coins and become millionaires, that's fine, but you can tell they're green, right? Because that's what they do, right? They're talking about Lambos and stuff, and honestly, I had a comment on one of my YouTube videos today, and it says, I want to get to a Lambo, I want to get this. Dude, honestly, once you got big bags, the dumbest thing you want to do is get a Lambo. Honestly, right? The dumbest thing you want to, why would I swap my BTC to get a Lambo? It makes complete, utter nonsense and makes no sense, because as soon as I buy that Lambo, as soon as I drive it off the lot, bang, I've lost like 20% of my money. And when I can just keep it in BTC and I can just drive a little freaking, I don't know, whatever, smart vehicle, whatever, right? And just keep on turning that Bitcoin over and making more and more and more Bitcoin. Like you said, 8% per year, right? You drive that Lambo off of your lot, you've already lost 20% of your money, right? And Lambos aren't cheap. You keep it in Bitcoin, it's accumulating, right? So that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But anyway, each to their own. Okay, I want to throw this at you, Garth. I want to see what your reaction with, because I haven't showed Garth this yet, but I just want to see. I told him about it. I said, I'm going to show you something. I want to see what his honest reaction is. Okay, this is it here, okay?
All right, let's have a look.
Hang on, just wait for it to load.
Wait for the share the screen.
Oh, can you see it?
Yes, share the screen, yes. Okay.
Oh, can you see it now?
No.
Oh, hang on. Wait up. Sorry.
Here we go. It's loading.
Okay, so this is it. Okay, it's called merlinlab.com. What? Right? Go to the lab. You can go to the website if you want. What does this remind you of?
Well, it looks like auto.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to ask you. And I wanted to get your.
And what do they got? 45 million already.
Yeah, hang on. I'll show you. I want to show. That's why I wanted to ask you, and get your first reaction on it. All right.
Yeah. Did they fork it?
Well, look, this obviously is high risk, right? And I looked at it and I thought, I know when I first saw it, and this thing was at about 15 million, and that people were dumping this thing. And I thought to myself, why are people dumping this thing? This looks like freaking auto to me, right? And I looked at it, had a look at the docs. There's no team. Obviously, it is high risk. I bought some bags at under $100. But then I did some research on it. Couldn't find much on the team. They've got this hacking audit, which you can find. They've actually got that on the Telegram group. They've got this Certec coming, and this Hey Tick audit. So, they've got a couple of audits coming. There's no team information. Obviously, they could do a rug, but once the Certec audit is done, obviously it's going to give it a little bit more confidence. But again, these are high risk. Then I had to look at the docs, and this is a surprising thing about it. Oh, you can't see it, but I'll tell you. I looked at the tokenomics, which I have to read it fully, but basically it says this thing is complicated how it works. Okay, it's this deflationary mechanism, utility token, launch promo, the summary. The actual contract is PooCoin says there's 120,000 tokens. Now I don't know whether that's the initial yield allocated to the yield farming or not, but I have to look more into it before I kind of invest any more money into it. But I can have a look at the contract now.
What's the address? What's the website address?
Oh, merlinlab.com. Hang on, merlinlab.com. MERLIN.
Yep.
LAB.io.
.io. All right.
Yeah, let me just have a look at the reason why let me have a look at the BSC scan.
merlinlab.io doesn't work.
Okay, hang on. I'll share you the link.
Okay.
We'll just go back here.
Yeah, when you first showed me it, I'm thinking, oh yeah, merlinlab.com farm. Okay, cool. Yeah, when I first saw it, I'm thinking this is auto, because I really liked auto. But I don't know if you've seen the price of auto. Auto farm is crazy. They're their dollar that's meant to be at $1 is at 30 cents.
Yeah, it pumped and dumped. I mean, it did well. But in the beginning, what did auto go to? Do you remember?
Oh, you mean how many billion?
No, what did the price of auto go to?
Oh, I think 15,000.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
It's at 3,000 now, I think. But it went to 15,000 from memory. And
looking at the supply of this, there's hang on, let me show you.
Yeah, so auto is 2,800 now, and it went as high, 14,000 3 months ago.
Well, look at this. This is on BSC scan. The total supply is 120,749. Okay, and there's 2,635 addresses, 10,000 transfers. So, I'm looking at this thing. I'm thinking this is so freaking early. So I'm thinking, okay, is this too good to be true that it's freaking really, really early? Or the other flip side of this is this could do a rug,
Yeah.
So, but I'm just going on what I've experienced in the past. And, look, I get a lot of questions in people on Telegram. And I've even talked about, these new $B ones that have come out. So all I can say is what I've learned from doing yield farming and what I know about it now, and then I just give my opinion on it and what I would personally do. Doesn't mean that it's the right decision for everyone. They can do what they want. But when I was, I think I had a comment there about this new farm, I looked at it straight away and I thought, this is $B. Looked at it, can't remember the name, but I looked at it, it was $B. And I thought, I'm not touching that. Okay. Then there was another one. Then I looked at this, and then this was this looked like auto. Like this looked like almost like auto.
Auto's supply is 80,000 coins.
Yeah. So look, I'm not trying to talk it up or anything. I'm just going on what we experienced with auto. Garth did a video on auto like really early on in the piece about when I think he made like $1,200 in a week with auto,
Yeah.
and it did really well for you.
Yeah.
So you know, it did go to 14,000. Obviously, that was auto was one of the first websites to do that, but I don't know. I'm just saying this could have potential, but it also could rug as well because we don't know who the team is. So I've only put in, I've only bought a couple of Merlin, so a couple $100 worth, but I'm not, I'm just, you know, it's still early days. I'm just going to see what happens with it. Again, this is just something extra that we do. We don't, we do a lot of stuff. Okay. So you just got to kind of like pick what you like and see what your funds are, and then you know you can go from there on what you really want to do. Now there were a couple of things I'll just quickly talk about, and I'll get back to you, and I'll go to you.
Yep.
Okay, so FOMO is doing really well. It pumped today. Still, yeah, you can stake FOMO now, so that's pretty cool. Meme pad, obviously that's coming up. It's 28, nearly 29 cents. And that's gonna, I reckon it's gonna pump like crazy once Elon Doge is released, or details on that. That's the staking for FOMO Labs. Just go to FOMOLab.app and then just click on staking, and then you can get into it. And the open staking is paying about 7.85% APY. It's not locked. It's not a lot, but still, you know, 7-day lock and 30-day lock. So that's that. Trustpad.io. They've also got staking as well, so that's live. Where is it? If you can't find the staking, which I can't find at the moment, just go to trustpad.io/staking, and you can stake your TrustPad. Okay, if you got TrustPad, I think we got into it. That it was one of the coins that we got into anyway. So it's paying just staking alone is paying 240% APR, which is pretty good. Or if you want to pair it, it's 1,000% with BNB. Okay, so this liquidity is sitting on PancakeSwap. Okay, so yeah, that's a couple of options there with TrustSwap. Obviously, with MemePad, you can stake that, and that's earning 463% APY, which is about 1% a day. And then Super Launch. Okay, so this Super Launch, I want to just, they are having, they already had like white lists, several white lists for Super Launcher. You know, and they're about to launch their first IDO. They're going to launch it. They're going to announce it on Twitter, like, you know, soon. Okay. So the thing with Super Launcher is that they first did, they first announced their first IDO, and it was NFT Mall. And what they did is they went back and they decided to cancel NFT Mall because there were some issues with NFT Mall. The deadlines, the NFT Mall couldn't give them a deadline. They couldn't give them guarantees and things like that. So they pulled out of that project. They might have got some negative. They just thought maybe the project is too risky. I did hear some stuff on my YouTube channel about NFT Mall. One guy wanted a refund. So I don't know what the deal with NFT Mall is, but I do like it when I see that you know, a project is like, they're not prepared to just risk launching any project just to get it going when the project could be a bit sort of sketchy. So I actually like it when I see this sort of stuff, when the team is like, no, we're not gonna, this is our first IDO, we're not gonna just launch it and just to get one out there. We want to make sure that this is, you know, one of our best IDOs. They're going to launch their first IDO. They're going to announce it soon. But the thing with Super Launcher is I don't know. It could be a sleeper. There's 12 million tokens. All right, they burnt some. It's showing 6 million here. Sorry, yeah, 12 million tokens. It's showing 6 million here because that's what's in the distribution, allocated to the distribution. But there's basically about 12 million tokens, I believe. You can check it on Ether. You can check it on the contract actually. But this thing's only at 60 cents, right? So what people have done is they've bought this, they've like traded it, made profits, and just moved on. So I don't know. This could be a project that could just be a real sleeper. That once they launch their first IDO and they have success with their first IDO, this thing's gonna rocket. This 1600. See, look at it. Yeah, 6,000. Well, it's got 6 million here. 6 million total supply. That is tiny. Look at the addresses. There's only 1,600 addresses. So, just I'm not saying rush out and buy this thing. I'm just saying watch this one because if the IDO is successful, this thing's only 60 cents, and it's only 6 million tokens. You know, if we look at pools, let's just go to pools, which is another launchpad. Which they've got a really hefty. To get in pools, you've got to outlay a bit of dough. They haven't really been. Well, they've had successful IDOs, but I don't know. The data shows that there's other launch platforms that have done better. But anyway, with pools, I can find it. The reason why I'm showing you pools is because it's pretty much very similar tokenomics. It's $7.54, and the market cap's 17 million, and they've got 5 million tokens, and about 50%, less than 50% of that is already out. So, you know, obviously this is brand new. There's only 3.6 million market cap. There's only 6 million tokens, and the price is 60 cents. So this could still do a 10x out the gate if they launch their first IDO and it's successful. So just keep an eye on Super Launcher. That's why I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. Just very quickly also, I found a shitcoin, which I initially thought, oh yeah, this is great, another shitcoin. I might just trade this and make some money. Then I looked into the project a little bit deeper. It's called Pangea. I think one of the guys on my YouTube channel corrected me. Pangea. That's it, Pangea. And Pangea, this is like a project that cleans up the rivers and the oceans of the world. And I did a YouTube video on this about this show. It's called Seaspiracy. It's a show on Netflix now. Highly recommend you watch it. And it basically, this guy, he starts off and then he really loves the sea, and then he just looks into it because that's what he wanted to do. And then he saw the darker side of what's really happening with the fishing. It's just a really, really good documentary. So watch that. And basically the gist of it is, if you're eating fish, don't eat fish, okay? Because it's got plastics and toxins in it, and all the fish is getting overfished. And if you what's killing all the wildlife and all the stuff in the sea are nets. Okay, so watch it. It's a really good doco. So these guys here, Pangea, they're trying to basically clean up the world with oceans, rivers and oceans. They're using this to basically launch these these kind of things here to collect all the rubbish and these barriers. And every time they launch a barrier, they're going to do a burn or something. I'll have to look into it, but do some more research on it. There's a real team here, and I think it's going to be one of the really good projects that could go to the moon. Obviously, it's going to take some time, but look into Pangea, PangeaMovement.com. And obviously Merlin, we already spoke about Merlin before. So that's kind of like, I just wanted to talk about that. I might just head over to you for a second, and we'll get into after Garth, we'll get into some questions.
Cool. All right. I might just share my screen. Give me a sec. Okay.
Okay, good.
So we've seen Bitcoin, drop a lot. So, in one day it was like 10%. I just want to recap a little bit about this. So it dived nearly 17% when Tesla CEO Elon Musk talked about energy consumption. Okay. And the moment he talked about this, and basically it was a negative statement, or I suppose what you would call FUD. As soon as that happened, like it literally dropped straight away and dived. Now, what's interesting though is that people who don't know any better, that just believe Elon, they probably got in at the top and they probably sold out, and they just sold because he said so. But there was a bunch of people, both Angie and myself and squillions others, that bought BTC when it dropped, because it basically BTC was above 60,000, and now you can get it for a lot cheaper than that. And there's only a fixed amount of coins for Bitcoin. Okay, there's 21 million. There's probably even less than that now. There's loss. They're not making any more extra. So when you see this, and you'll see, buy the dip and stuff like this. This is what people get worried about if they see things dropping 10, 20%. So just to recap, like less than 12 months ago, BTC was under $10,000. And it wasn't very long ago before that, the BTC was like $1,000. So these things have been going up over time. When it drops 10%, it's not much compared to what it was in the past. So that's why these little dips, they're just another way to accumulate BTC. And what he was talking about was, he was basically saying the energy consumption, is a real problem. And here's the thing that most people knew that don't know anything about is BTC has proof of work, right? And basically investors, us, you, me, and miners basically have invested over time. So this network's over 10 years old now. And what people forget is about the network being attacked. So a lot of other networks we're going to see in the future, we're going to see those networks be attacked and see what happens to them, because Bitcoin has basically stood the test of time, whereas some of these other networks could actually be taken down with the right resources, even some of the big ones in the top 10. But it's unlikely for that to happen to Bitcoin whatsoever. But it could happen to some of the coins. So this was basically, it was saying this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin is strong, because it's has both miners and investors been in it for years. And it's just the way it works as proof of work. Okay, there's a lot of other networks that don't use proof of work, and yes, they don't have consumption of electricity, but they can be perhaps manipulated in the future. Also, it talks about the price trends, because as soon as people sold out, then immediately people bought back in again, because they other people that are waiting there with cash ready to buy when it dips, when other people are scared, they're the one that make wins. Also, they were talking about the energy consumption again, and Michael Saylor talked about it in a public interview and responded to him saying, because he said he was going to stop accepting Bitcoin payments, which it does not make any difference with a Bitcoin transaction and using any more energy. So because the energy is out there for the actual network to run. And what's funny is I looked at him and I'm thinking, how crazy. His vehicles, that his whole company that he has at Tesla, it operates on lithium, right? If there was no lithium around, they'd have a problem selling Tesla vehicles. And it is a very finite resource. So it's like the pot calling the kettle black. It's a bit strange. So yeah, all I can say is you're going to have someone equated this to I don't know if you guys remember back the last 10 years. there's been basically two Craig Wright versus some of the other guys in Bitcoin space, right? When they split Bitcoin and went all their own separate ways and forked it so many times, and they were fighting about this, and this, and essentially it's irrelevant now. And this conversation against basically what Tesla is saying, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter just because he's a billionaire or trillionaire or whatever. He might be a smart man, but he has no idea about how Bitcoin works. And the way he's manipulated the markets recently with Dogecoin and a few things like that. He was even saying he was going to make Dogecoin a more efficient a coin, and it was just laughable. He doesn't understand how crypto works, and that's okay. And people will believe him, and you just take advantage of that when it happens. So I just wanted to put that out there. When you see these dips in the market, you just make sure you got cash to buy more in there. That's I just thought I'd share that.
Yeah, I watched that Michael Saylor interview. It was pretty funny, man. It was pretty cool, actually. He's rattling off numbers, and it's just like, it's something like so small, the Bitcoin network compared to the world's energy consumption. They actually waste like some stupid amount, 100 times more energy they actually waste compared to the actual Bitcoin network. So yeah, it's I don't know. I think Elon's now accepting Dogecoin for SpaceX. So I don't know. I don't know why he's got this agenda of pushing Doge. He loves Doge. That's fine, and everyone's got their own sort of coins they like. But yeah, it is pretty strange. We might get into some questions, and because we're at 46 minutes.
Yep.
Did you want to start with some of those, or?
Sure. I think Nas talked about. Gavin, did you suss out Moon Juice? I sent you last week. It's mooned, he says, and it still has huge potential. So I didn't actually follow that up. Did you have a look at it?
No, Nas, I know you did say something about that, I think.
Yeah.
No, I just rarely be. Sometimes I look at it and then I don't look into it and I miss the opportunity. So that's on me because it's just so many projects going at once. But I did see the Moon Juice banner on PooCoin, so I'll have a quick look at it. Yeah, but thanks for that. I'm glad you. Well, if you made money on it, then that's great.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Let me just have a look at the next question. So, which launchpad? KY says, which launchpad would you recommend? I have Swap, Nort, and S Fund.
Yeah. Well, I missed S Fund. That's a good one. Well, you look, I'm only in Walt and I'm in MemePad. So the thing is, I'm testing out. I've got coins in Super Launcher, which is hopefully one that's still a bit of a sleeper, as I just talked about before. I've got Trust Pad. What else have I got? What are the other ones? There's a ton of them anyway. FOMO, that's kind of an NFT kind of thing. Yeah, so I am in a couple, but probably my biggest one at the moment is Walt, because it's kind of like triple the price. So I'm kind of happy on that, but my tokens are locked up. But I think right now, if I was to pick something, I would pick MemePad simply because like I was in the Telegram group today, and it's just crazy. It was just absolutely, they were just going berserk. You know, when you're in a Telegram group and there's so many messages, it's just flicking. You can't even watch. That's what was happening in MemePad. So I thought, this is crazy. There's hopefully when they launch Elon Doge, it can do like 100x, 500x. Who knows, man? I hope it does well. So yeah, I think Nort's a good one. But look, at the end of the day, you just got to pick one and just go with it, because we were in Ox Bull, sorry, I bought that coin like a month ago, made profits, dumped it, and I shouldn't have done that because then the IDOs, one of them done a 70x, and then the last one did a 1200x. I think Nick, he did, he made 400K from Kcoin. He's posted in the group. So it really can change your life if you just pick the right one. So to answer your question, just go with one and learn the ropes, go through the whole process, and then if you can make some money, great. Either get into a higher tier or do another one. If that makes sense.
Cool. Derek says he's talking about the Lambo. He says for sure, but if you like at $3 million USD, a little Lambo is okay.
Yeah, well, true, but
maybe a
at
second
3
hand
million
one.
USD, yeah, I guess so. I would have to get to 10 million USD before I buy a Lambo because I just can't justify buying a Lambo. But for me, I guess it's a little bit higher. But yeah,
that's
you know,
all. But I'm sure we have all our things that we would spend our money on
cool.
at that level. Garth says, "Hi, I'm from South Africa. Did anyone get into DFYN on Polygon?"
Actually, I told you guys about that one, and I was just so busy, I just missed it. So I actually might get into that one. That is a good one, and it's on Polygon as well. So 1inch as well. They've now you can do like BSC on 1inch, and I believe Polygon as well. So yeah, Matic's like one of the ones that you just got to buy. I just call it Matic. I don't like Polygon. I just because I was in. I think I got into Matic at the ICO. I just think Matic's a better name. I don't know why they call it Polygon, but anyway, I'm just going to call it Matic. I just like. I'm just old school. I do like Matic, and I put Matic in at 3. I've only got some small bags of Matic. Should have bought more. Bought it. Forgot about it. When I started 100x Crypto Academy, I put in Matic to buy Matic at 2 cents. So it's what, $1.70 now? Something.
Yeah, it is $1.67, and even like last year, it was like 1 cent, 2 cents.
Yeah. See, so so that's what happens. Like if you buy a bag of coins and spread you can just. Yeah, I just needed to buy more.
Like if you're in the past and you go, oh yeah, is Polygon or Matic, is it going to go up 100x? I don't know, but let's buy a bag anyway. I think that's what we learned before. You just got to be in it to win it, really. You just got to, I mean, you got to have that expectation that it's going to go to zero, and be mindful of what you're doing. But yeah, sometimes you can't pick which ones are going to
go.
Like Dogecoin and Shiba. Oh wow,
crazy.
Cool. All right. Naz says the best way to make $1 out of 15 cents. Yeah, I think. Not sure exactly. Yeah. What else? What are we got to do? Derek says they found a new farm launching tomorrow called Safe Bees. Let me know if you'd like. It's going up at the moment. Haven't heard of Safe Bees. Interesting. Just be careful. Make sure it's legit before you get into it.
Yeah, a lot of those coins on Monarch, it's just I did a video on that. Monarch's just it's a good tool. Most of them are just scams. So, but you can get lucky. You can get in early. You got to be super careful. That's all.
Yeah. I think Shabo says, hi guys, your opinion on 2 things if I may. 1, Sunday Swap launching today and Affinity Labs tomorrow. So
yeah, Affinity Labs. I think I did a share on Affinity Labs, but I haven't seen Sunday Swap.
No, is that like a Pancake Swap clone?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'll search that right now. But yeah, I got a feeling Like I always got this thing, and I sort of you say too is, oh, okay, I'm looking at it now. The first Cardano blockchain DeFi. Okay, right. It's still they're still building it out. It looks interesting. So yeah, I mean, you got to be the first at something. If you just fork something and you don't really change it up much, then there's no advantage. But yeah, I don't know. It just depends. I would check the Telegram group, see how many they got, how many followers in Twitter, try and see the team who's doing it before you go and do it. Because I mean, look, I could put one of these up in 5 minutes and convince you that I'm the first on an exchange and take your ADA. So you just got to be careful about that stuff.
I just want to say with ADA, I'm never been a fan of ADA. I've seen more development on Solana in the last 2 weeks than I've seen development on ADA in 2 years, right? And in my opinion, I think Solana's farm was superior in every way, So, but that's just my opinion on it. I'm not a fan of ADA, but some people love it. Some people love XRP. Some people love. So yeah, just whatever you like, go with that.
Okay, just having a look here. I think CC Lop says, what are you going to do with all the coins when the bull runs is finished?
Yeah, good question. These launch pads, they're just going to die in the ass. All right. So I think I mentioned that a few times.
Yeah, they'll die first. They'll die first for sure.
They'll die first. Okay. So all the ones like MemePad, even Walt, I don't think that'll still go down a lot. All these projects, okay, they'll all die in the ass. So you got to get out of them, okay, and you got to liquidate them. But the good thing about it is a lot of this stuff's on Binance Smart Chain, so it's going to cost you cents on a dollar to get out of them. Obviously, if you've got stuff on Ethereum, it's going to cost you a lot. So
yeah, I did an ETH transaction yesterday. Cost me $30. And I couldn't even. We had some claiming, some old token to do some token swaps. You know what? They wanted $500 worth of Ethereum, so I could claim $60 worth of tokens. It was insane. So this is why people are not using, Bitcoin and Ethereum like they were. They've sort of turned into sort of, big assets kind of thing. That whereas Binance, it's cents in the dollar to make transactions.
Yeah, even I think most of the stuff will sit on layer 2 with Matic. It'll just be under Ethereum, and then people are just going to use Matic to do all the transactions, in and out of DeFi and all that. And then when they want to get out, they'll just sit it in Ethereum. That's what I think is going to happen with how the Ethereum is going to be used. All right, so Matic's underneath doing all the transactions, and then let's get out, let it sit in Ethereum. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Fred just said last question there is, how do you guys swap all your coins? Is there a cheap way? I don't know. I think the cheap way is if you hang on too long for some certain coins, you're going to lose. So you just take a loss, or you get out even if it costs you. So that's one way. And then, but with the other coins, like you just try and transact on platforms, that are the least cost if you've got time. You've got to be careful and maybe move Bitcoin and Ethereum when the transaction fees are lower and stuff like that.
Yeah. Look, I would just start just consolidating some of your portfolio. So what I mean by that is I've got about 60 altcoins. I'm just starting to sell a lot of them off because some of them really perform that well. And then I've just dumped it more into things like Solana, Raydium, Matic. I haven't done that yet, but that's something I should do. Matic, Because what we've learned in the last 6 months are there's been this battle with the next sort of, Binance Smart Chain. Now Solana's come up. So, you can take advantage of all this stuff and just buy these infrastructure coins. They're safe. They're going to be around for the next 2 to 3 years. When they've got such a big, so much is reliant on it or connected to it, like, they're not going to go away. Ethereum is, even though people hate the fees, and I don't use Ethereum because of the fees, it's not going to go away. There's so much tied into it. Same with Bitcoin, and same with Ethereum, not Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain and Solana and Matic. There's too much connectivity within the ecosystem. They're too big to fail. They're just gonna be around. So
yeah. Like for example, like Binance makes its money from trading, right? So it's not like even if we have another 3-year, bear, we have bear market for 3 years. Even if that happens, they'll still be trading. Sure, there won't be as many people, but they'll still be making money during that time because people want to trade the markets. So they're going to be making money. The miners are still going to be making money because they're still transacting, whether it's on Bitcoin, for example. And Ethereum, they got a lot of money tied up in the DeFi, and they're still going to make plenty of money out of their transactions. So they're not going anywhere. Like you said, they're connected to too much. It's only these coins that are not really integrated with the whole network. And they don't have a large user base. They're just going to get dropped. And there's plenty of those. We saw thousands and thousands of those coins, back a few years ago that just disappeared.
You're going to see a lot of these coins on Binance Smart Chain. They're going to drop off. On Polkadot, they're going to drop off. They just don't have enough better use. The use case is what, I don't know, a meme coin. It's going to die. So just prepare yourself to die, to get rid of these coins, take profit, and just shove it back into the blue chips. It's that simple. You can start doing it now. Start consolidating your portfolio. I think Lee says, what do you talk about DAI USD versus USDC and BUSD? Well, the way I use it all is they're all the same. Some are just on Ethereum, some are on BUSD. I just go in and out when I need them on exchanges. Usually USDT is kind of like the main one. Yeah, it's Tether. So you get one coin, and at some point it'll be either paired with BTC, Ethereum, or USDT. So that's kind of like the biggest one. But I use them all the same. They're just on different networks, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and just be aware, even though Tether is pretty big, right? Just remember that even though it's like a blockchain, there's nothing backing it except a company that says they hold cash reserves. So, if you really want to think about how safe Tether is, it's not that safe. But DAI, for example, the way that works, that's fairly safe because that is a real blockchain. You've got a market on both sides that actually profit when that goes above and below its pegged value. So DAI is like a real market mechanism for that. I don't see BUSD going anywhere too soon because it's tied to Binance. I'm not sure about USDC. I can't comment on that. I don't know enough about that one.
Yeah, I think Coinbase they're trying to get it they're trying to get USDC, the US dollar version of stablecoins. They're trying to make it, but I don't know how successful that is going.
Yeah. Fred says, does the bear market mean massive price drops for all coins or just a stagnation for everything?
Yeah, everything's going to dump, dude. Everything. So you might want to think about what are you going to do? Personally, this is what I do. I just leave it in BTC. I don't try to pick the top or the bottom. I just leave it in there. I know historically if it's going to dump, I'll just buy more, and it's going to go back up. Okay, so if you've been in this crypto space for as long as we have, or even longer, you know that I mean, you can trade it if you've got experience and you want to trade it. You try to pick the top, bottom, whatever. Great. But if you don't know any experience or have no experience with it, I recommend the safest strategy is just to hold it, because it'll dump, then it'll go back up. Okay. Never in the history of Bitcoin has it ever not reached an all-time high again. Okay. So you just got to look at the charts. Just look at the Bitcoin chart, and it's always hit an all-time high, either shortly after or sometime after the bear market. Always has. Okay. So that, what does that tell you? It tells you that if you hodl long enough, the price is going to go back up and it's going to hit another all-time high again. Okay. All you need to do is just hodl and be patient. So what I do with my Bitcoin is I never sell it. I accumulate more. I can't wait till the bear market, because I'll just sell off all my altcoins and then put it to a stable coin, all right, because then it doesn't move, DAI, USDT or USDC, or BUSD, depending on what network. And then what I'll do is I'll just wait for Bitcoin to dump and I'll just buy more. That's
it might even dump 30%. It might even dump 30% more. And that's like, it's like getting your favorite thing at the shop for 30% cheaper than it was yesterday. That's what it is. And it's going to go up and then be more valuable next year. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because most people think when Bitcoin dumps, they get nervous and then they go, oh my God. When this is the actual time that you can make a ton of money by buying it when it dips, right? All the people that know crypto that have been in this long enough, they know they'll lick their chops and they go, oh my God, I can buy it so cheap. It's just the other people that are new will get nervous, they won't buy it. When are they going to buy it? When it goes up. That's at the top. That's when you don't want to buy it, okay? So it's just about education. It's just about getting experience in the market, and thinking of it more long term, in my opinion.
Yeah. Basically, Lee says feels that BUSD can't fail without Binance failing. I would say it's true. USDC is backed by the government, he believes, and they can freeze your money. That could be true. I'm not sure. And Garth agrees with us that managing by spreading profits across many stable coins to buy massive dips across multiple blockchains. Yes, good thing. I think, I mean, we're still, you got to be prepared for it, but we're still in a bull run. I haven't, even though I've seen some crazy stuff, this is slightly different to 2017 because more people and more, there's more stuff going on now than back in 2017. Like, some people only just discovered it back in 2017, because it hit the headlines everywhere. And now, even though, we're at this bull market, there's nothing to say that it won't continue for some time, because there's not many other opportunities. Like, a lot of people out there are going, okay, this is a massive opportunity. Let's just keep trying. Let's keep getting into different projects and stuff like that. And also, here's the other thing. When in 2017, when that the bear market happened, it was when they implemented the futures. Futures came online, and the moment that happened, the market basically tanked out, right? If you remember when that happened, it was the day was the high, and it was all set up and play because all the media was hyping for months. Every day in the media, everywhere was Bitcoin, and then it hit. Then they put this futures in. That way they could trade the other side. Because what people don't know is that in future markets, you can short sell and make money on something going down, and it's pretty crazy because there's not many things that happens except in stock market, maybe foreign currency and stuff like that, but in the futures. So so it's interesting, but this time they've got that in place. But it doesn't matter. Now there's 3 more years of development of projects, even 4 years of development of projects. And there's more and more companies involved. And every day there's, and it's to the point where it's reaching out into normal people's lives. With PayPal, you'd be able to buy stuff with Bitcoin and put Bitcoin in. And there'll be a day when local banks here in Australia, for example, when you can hold crypto in your account. They will probably custodial thing. They'll probably have it on their piece of paper, and it's on their sheet. But yeah, this will happen. And so it's just interesting. But I still think we've got plenty of time for this.
Yeah, look, this is the way I tell that there's a bear market. Okay, I don't look at charts. I don't. I don't look at charts. I don't look at I'm not a trader, and I don't know the technical side of that. Okay, but I just look at from what I feel and what I know what's happening in the market. Okay, and the way I tell that there is a bear market here, or it's about to happen, or it's coming, or we're entering into it, is very easy. When you've got shitcoins like projects like these shitcoins lately, Shiba Inu and whatever that have just what was the last one? SafeMoon. They have absolutely pumped like crazy. The last one was Shiba Inu, right? It had a 12 billion market cap, and 15-year-olds became millionaires. This is how crazy it is, right? And lately, there's been shitcoins pumping like crazy. Bitcoin is down 10K, and shitcoins are pumping. So what does that tell you? The market is still greedy. It's still bullish, and that's how you can tell. It's that simple. When the market is they're disappeared, or they're not investing in anything, and you see shitcoins that should not be pumping, but they do, and they are not pumping anymore, what does that tell you? It tells you the bear market is entered. So that's how I tell. I just know, just looking at this stuff on a daily basis, I can just tell looking at CoinGecko, and you just have a sense, and you just know that, hey, something's not right here. Are we entering a bear market? And it's kind of weird. You just know from being in crypto that long, you just know. And so that's an easy way to find out, right? When shitcoins should not be pumping, and they are, people are greedy, it's not a bear market yet.
Yeah. You'll know it's a bear market when you'd have these launch pads and they launch a coin and they're not oversubscribed 100 times. They don't even make the quota. That's when you know that it's going to happen. So it's just you'll just see it. It's very simple to see that the new money won't be coming in for these projects. They'll start to look for other projects. But it's just a simple game to play, and you just got to manage your money correctly. You take small risks, try and build on your portfolio, spread the risk, and eventually you want to live off the assets that you have. And there'll be plenty of ways of doing that. We've already talked about a lot of different ways. And eventually you could probably have have Bitcoin, $1 million worth of Bitcoin sitting there and earning your 8%. And this is the sort of thing that you want to do, because that's kind of like what happens in the stock market. You have shares, you earn dividends twice a year, and you try and get a larger portfolio, and then by the time you retire, you got all these dividends rolling in. That's the old school sort of thing. But with crypto, it's going to completely change the way finance works, and it's a big shift right now from the old way to the new way.
Yeah, so when the bear market comes, you'll know it. We'll tell you. Just get rid of your shitcoins and your altcoins, okay? Liquidate them into a stable coin, or move them to BTC or whatever, your blue chips, if you're going to hold them. Your blue chips, in my opinion, you should not be selling them, right? They're your solid ones that you just keep forever. One day when you're like, okay, I want to retire from crypto, or you want to just pull out, I don't know, want to buy a new car, just go and just liquidate some BTC and buy a new car. But get rid of your altcoins, because they're going to dump like crazy, and put it into a stable coin or a couple of stable coins, whatever network you're on, and then just buck shove some more into the blue chips. That's all you got to do. There was one more thing I was going to say. Can't remember now.
Let's go. While you're thinking of that, last week I mentioned about NFTs, and I wanted to bring up one that came up again for me yesterday, I think it was. And we actually talked about this. It was, I love the Telegram group and anyway, you just search for it. I typed in the name, I searched for it, and I think we talked about it in February. And that was Bondly. Do you remember Bondly with NFTs?
I think I've still got Bondly.
Yeah, you should still have Bondly. Bondly.finance. And I'll tell you a bit of news about that while you're thinking about what you were doing. Actually, I'll just quickly share the screen. I know we're over time right now, but I'll share this because I did mention I want to talk about NFTs last week. And this is Bondly, Bondly.finance. And back in February, everyone got into this. They're originally on ETH, and now they're on Binance Smart Chain. And what's interesting was I logged into Teespring, and Teespring is now called Spring, which is a platform, that used to be for T-shirts. When back in the day, I did some T-shirts, did that for a few years, and used Teespring platform. Well, now they've changed the name to Spring because they do a lot of stuff, including digital. Anyway, what's interesting is when I logged in, they had an announcement that they were bringing NFTs to the platform. So I'm like thinking, hold up, a T-shirt place that's gone digital and now bringing NFTs into this. Like, there's a lot of people, using Teespring. And I thought to myself, okay, this is interesting. And then it actually said that they were hooking up with Bondly. So basically, they were hooking up with Bondly, and I double checked it on the actual Telegram group and the Twitter, and it was the case that they actually were partnering up. I think it's in the roadmap. In the roadmap here, they've already had some successful stuff with Logan Paul, and they've had some really good stuff here. And I think these guys are like seriously going after big companies to get on board. And I think down here, where was it? They're starting to get, that's their partner network. And I think there was one, exactly where it was. No, I can't see it there. There was a section where it was talking about what maybe the roadmap. Yeah. So they basically, where we are now, what is it? May. Yeah, so basically into this here, March, Q3. So what they're doing is they're going after verticals, gaming, sports, pop culture, and this is why they've got onto Spring, and they'll probably go all these other companies as well, and they're just going to keep on going. Atari, Metaverse. So basically, they're moving on this way up, and this is integrating into normal people's everyday lives. So, normal people that make T-shirts will be able to create NFTs and then bring it to the masses. So, and it's still cheap right now, Bondly. So I just thought I'd bring that up again.
Yeah, it's down 30% for the month, which is that's good, because if you're going to buy it, that's obviously they're doing a lot of work, but it hasn't reflected in the price. That's kind of like why, that's how you spot these gems. That's when you want to buy them, right? When there's so much work going on, but everyone's too busy. They're just taking profits and doing other stuff. So, yeah, okay, I'll keep an eye on that one. Pretty much it. I was just having a look at Merlin, and I'm thinking, because with Merlin, this can go either way. It's at 66 million now, right? It's gone up it's $154 now, and it's either going to do an auto farm, which is just moon. Auto farm went to 14K, or it won't get that high. I think it'd probably get to 4K maybe, or it's just going to flop. That's the risk that you take. So just keep an eye on that one. But I thought I'd share that one with you because I wanted to get your reaction on it, and I knew you'd say auto.
Yeah, you kicked me right. I just one look at it, and I thought actually you were showing me Auto had revamped their site. That's what I first thought. I thought, oh, this is Auto revamped. You know how they, the old where you take an old coin and you rename it, give it a new name, new user interface, and then swap everyone over from the old coin to the new coin. You start again. I thought that was going on.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm in profit now, and I'm earning some BNB, so I'm happy. We'll see how this goes. We might report next month. It could have dumped our next webinar. Probably dumped by then. So yeah, thanks everyone for their questions, and
Yes, thank you.
we're probably going to call it a night. But did you want to close with anything else before we leave?
No, I think we'll wrap it up. All I know is we got a bunch of IDOs that are happening like now. Some obviously you can't get into because you've left it too late, but that's okay. But for the rest of you, we'll probably talk in Telegram and just see how we've gone with those. I mean, obviously some lock-up periods, but there's just seems a whole bunch like over the next 3 or 4 days. I think it's quite a few, so that'll be interesting how that all pans out. And welcome all the new members and thanks to all the existing members that participate in both the forum, the Telegram, and everyone that helps everyone. I see a lot of different groups, and this group, everyone is helpful to one another, and that's really, it makes a difference. It's good when you see that in the Telegram and on the forum. So, and we try to do our best to help everyone. Angie's in those Telegrams like all the time, and he tries to help everyone as possible. And I have spent less time in the Telegram, a bit time in the forums, and I try to answer all questions there and make videos when I can. So everyone just try and help each other out, because we all want to do the same thing. We all want to, I think, wherever background, we just want to be financially free. Want to just get out of the job situation for a lot of people, and get into that situation where you don't have to worry about money anymore. And a lot of people want to do that. That's what we hear.
Yeah, a lot of people have made massive gains being in this group. Some people have made hundreds and thousands of dollars, which is awesome. That's what we want. Lastly, Garth asked about Goose. I haven't seen Goose, the developments on it, so just chat later in the Telegram. I also want to say, look, there was some chat about Discord, and I did have a chat about to Daniel about it. You probably know Daniel, Garth. Quite a nice guy. We're having a chat on Telegram. So what I've done is I've enabled Telegram chat voice, which has been interesting, because I've had a couple of really good conversations with members, connecting with them. Just talking to them now. I don't know if you've seen that feature, Garth.
Yeah,
but,
I haven't seen it there. I was scared to click it. I was like, what does this button do?
Yeah. So I just get in there whenever I can. I'm not in there every day, but I think it's been helpful. And there is some chat about Discord. So, look, we'll just, it does make sense about Discord. And I know Garth doesn't like Discord, but we'll see how it goes.
I've got a million reasons why we don't go to Discord. I'm going to stick with the anonymous side with, it's just a completely different thing. It's like going back to Facebook. You know what I mean? If we started doing Facebook again, that's how I feel.
Yeah. I can see the side of Discord, even though I don't particularly like Discord myself. But I can see that what it does do, apart from that freaking annoying voice, annoying sound, which I haven't figured out how to get rid of. That one that goes, that one is so freaking annoying. But I do see the benefit of it, because what Daniel mentioned was when we in the Discord, we can have the different sections, which is obviously DeFi. We can have shitcoins. We can have IDOs. All different sections, and then people can just come in, and it's more organized. With Telegram group, everything's just like scrolls, and if you miss it, you get 500 messages. So look, it's not that we haven't ruled it out. We'll just we might look at it. We'll just see how it goes. But other than that, yeah, it's been a good session, and I hope everyone's got some value. And also, use those apps, okay? Because the app for the announcements and then the app for the IDOs are coming, okay? Because I get a lot of questions, people saying, "Oh, what do I do next? How do we know what's coming up?" That's why we created that announcements. And I'll keep on adding more stuff to it, so you know exactly what you've got to do, what's coming up, and if you want to participate, you'll know exactly what to do and what dates, and then you can just come in the Telegram group and ask a million questions if you want. So other than that, thanks everyone for chiming in today. It's been great to have your questions, and we will see you in the next webinar, or we'll see you on Telegram group.
Cool. See you guys.
Have a good week, guys. Catch you guys later on.